Good morning. Oh, is that the timestamp? So I was just grabbing my straw, and it's brown. Good morning. It's a brown straw. I was like, ew. Who wants to drink out of a brown straw? I could see if it's like the paper brown straw, but I'm telling you, like, brown is just, I love dirt. I love dirt and clay and all that, beautiful stuff. But like, brown is just not my color, guys. It's just like, I don't know. But seriously, a brown plastic straw? I mean, give me a break. I mean, Mia would probably be totally fucking stoked that there's a brown straw. I actually feel like I haven't seen a brown straw before. Like, I feel like I literally have to save it for her. Like, it's like a win. Like, she's scored. I'm not gonna lie. It's not the first time I've gotten these straws, and I've never noticed a brown straw. So it could be a strong message. Somebody could be loving the color brown. Before I came on YouTube, I heard Pandemonium. Now, that can be interpreted in different ways. Right? And it's weekend energy. So I'm not thinking like the best energy from that. So it could be like chaos as in like craziness, or it doesn't have to be like bad. It's just noise, confusion. People can be like excited, angry, sad, frightened, right? So I would just stay away from large crowds. If you have plans, see, I hate saying that because some of you guys might have plans and you're like so excited, And you can simply just go in the city and get dinner, but it can end up turning into like a uproar. But I'm hearing ruh-roh. So I am going to say that there is definitely good thing Callie didn't have that tsunami. It was scary for a minute. Really? What? What am I missing? I keep saying back to Callie. I don't watch the news. What am I missing, guys? I mean, I can't even a tsunami in California. Like a big one? Because they don't usually get big ones like that. Yesterday they had a 7-point earthquake and it was under tsunami. Seriously? You had me questioning the back to Cali. Okay. So I'm thinking the Pandemonium that I just heard before I started YouTube is another event. Because I keep hearing, I know I kept saying like back to Cali the last couple days, as if like I just thought I kept saying something with California for sure, but I just thought like I wasn't pulled to weather. So I don't know if they were trying to tell me like back to Cali if we were talking about something else. Yeah, for sure it was related to response that had a break a day prior to solar flares and earthquakes. Yeah, I was talking about those too. I'm not putting it together though, guys. I'm missing something. And when I don't pick up on something, I'm not like, oh, that shit doesn't faze me like that. So I find that very interesting because I feel like I should be putting it together. Yesterday, big shift. Yeah, all the way until the 12th, guys, going to be huge. I know I definitely talked about the solar flares and the sun. Morning, buddy. I know I remember talking about that. When I was saying something about earthquakes too, right? Where was it? Was it earthquake? Oh no, we were talking about the Arctic. But we were talking about something before that when it came to like earthquakes. Breathtaking, earthquaking kind of guy, maybe. I could have sworn we were talking about. See, Spirit's having me try to piece this one together. You guys have any idea? So there must be more to this. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Well, I guess I don't have a choice if that's what I'm going to keep in my head. It's in your head. Pandemonium can be like a schizophrenic energy sometimes too. But we were singing back to Cali. We were talking about solar flares. I think it was like the weekly energy. Oh shit, didn't I say something about like the news, the weekly news, or I'm gonna have to, if I can't figure this out, I'm gonna have to go back, and I don't want to go back. Something's not completed yet. And I'm just, good morning. I'm on YouTube. I'm gonna have you walk.
You're gonna have me walk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you saying it like that?
I don't know. You driven me every single day. You know, you're pushing up on me.
Well, I'm sorry. You should also pack an extra pair of socks. It's that time of year. Shit, what was I just gonna say? I could have sworn I laughed this week and said something like I should just be doing the weekly news or something. Newscast, news anchors. Texas. I just got pulled to Texas. I don't know what that is about. Trenches. It's spinning backwards. Want to eat peanut butter? With some num-nums, I gotta feed you. Trenches. I just wanted to do a weekend read, but I mean, again, I woke up hearing Pandemonium. So, did they have any type of warning? Or is it they had their earthquake? Oh, wasn't I talking about San Andreas or something? Guys, help me out. Am I losing my mind? I could have sworn I just talked about this week. I feel like I'm not losing my mind, but what the fuck did Mia do with his worms? What did Mia do with your num-nums? Okay, I know I'm not blind. They're not over here. They're not right there. Are you serious? What the fuck? Peanut butter, what did she do with your worms? I'm so confused. What the fuck? This is real life right now. It's in a big container with a green lid. What did she do with your worm spots, babe? I mean, I can't call her and wake her up. Oh my gosh, this makes no sense. That one is down here. Let me turn the lights on. I'm starting to question my own sanity right now. I wouldn't say sanity, my own I had a memory, not my guys. This is not real life. I feel like I have to put you on live and like go looking around the room, and you guys can tell me if you spot a green lid. What the fuck? Let me grab my coffee and let me just sit and let me just scan. Oh, didn't I say something? Careful looking at the sun? That was Antarctica. Oh, there they are. Where they don't belong. And they've never been. Num's better. Num. Something's going down. Or radio silent. Right. When did this happen yesterday? Like late last night? Yesterday was a big shift. They had an earthquake. It was 30 years since the last one that size. Yeah, but wasn't I talking about like San Andreas or... Help me remember what this is, guys, so I don't have to sit with this, please. It was more than just me saying back to Cali. But I think they were telling me to go back to Cali, like as if I mentioned something and just looked at it as the song. But I remember it coming out like twice, and I'm saying like back to Cali. But I said to you guys, like, but it's not like the normal back to Cali. And you know me, guys, that this isn't like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed this. Like, no. 2 p.m. I still didn't hear about it upstairs. Cooking dinner. With the news always on. It didn't come across my phone. What the fuck? Talking bodies. You got the perfect one, so put it on me. Oh, we were talking about the death, the shooting. But I feel like I am fixated. I want to switch the energy up, but I do feel like I'm fixated on this. So this could be a message for you. Let me just get some lotion. Being fixated on something, but it could be, causing paranoia too. You don't want to get to the point where, I don't know, the message didn't sound right. My elbows hurt. They've been hurting. Toes, my elbows. Was it last weekend's energy where I was like, oh, I wouldn't go out? No, guys. Well, I don't like that news. Did it happen at like 2 a.m, p.m.? Because I was on Facebook yesterday, and I know a couple people in California. They would have said something. Like, I feel like it would have been like top on my feed or something. AM. So It would have been like 5 o'clock p.m. 1 o'clock p.m. Wow. So I'm getting Pandemonium and Fixated. Pandemonium and Fixated. Pandemonium and Fixated. Oh my god, I just put lotion on. So it's slipping. I feel like Pandemonium just got separated. I almost couldn't even shut that. Look how off my spelling is right there. Not spelling, like, I have lotion on, so I'm not going to say what I typically say, but I just know when my writing's off. Like here, it was perfectly fine. I did switch it up there, and there, and there. I did 2 L's there, 1 L there. My B's are different. So why that happens to me, I don't know. But when it does, that's like my brain being all over the place, right? Because your brain is what controls your lettering, your hand, your fingers, in the sense of staying in the lines, outside the lines. So for me, when this happens, I always know there's something up. I almost said I wanted to switch rings so I could predict better. And I don't use rings to predict better. It's just, you either have that gift or not. Rings could help. I'm hearing security. So maybe like anxiousness. What stone helps you make predictions? I mean, it sounds so silly to say that, like, because you got to kind of go within. I'd rather say like more like decision making, but it's not what it is. It's not what I'm like looking for. If I put it in like that with decision making, amethyst, citrine, fluoride, lapis lupus, why do I say lapis lupus? But then I always get pulled to, I'm getting pulled to Isis right now, but like the Egyptian queen, not a group. Rose quartz, smoky quartz. What stone has the possibility to enhance psychic images, thoughts? Clear quartz. I've been going for my clear quartz all week. Enhances intuition. The best crystals for intuition: indigo, dark blue, purple, or clear crystals. They influence the third eye, crown, and star chakras, which constitute our connection to our higher selves, higher wisdom in the spiritual realm. It's where they say our intuition comes from. So again, the blues, the purples, but I actually, when I shut everything down to go to bed last night, I was like, oh, where's my quartz? But I didn't get up to find it because I was almost positive. So some type of uproar. Pandemonium is the key word. All definitions of pandemonium. I just want to see which one we're being pulled towards. Disasters, it could be a disorder, confusion, uproar, evil spirits, demons, wild uproar, stop, assembly, state of confusion, disorder, chaos. All right, so it's not good. Talking body, you got the perfect one, so put it on me. Bodies. I'm kind of getting pulled to bodies of water. So if we split it down the middle, because I'm getting like East Coast girls, but it's West Coast girls. East Coast. Oh, guys. I uploaded. Remember I told you guys we were talking about my Snapchat and you can go on my public Snapchat? And do you remember the video that had me predict? There was a song that had me predict a tsunami. No, it wasn't a tsunami. It was a huge prediction. And then it happened. And it would have been 3 years ago. I think it was a 3-year memory. And I put it on. Oh, it's not there anymore, I don't think. Nope. Like East Coast, where you're at? This one, East Side.
I'm pretty sure I got a sunburn then.
I was clearly buzzed. Look at those nails.
I have someone staring at me. I'm pretty sure I got a sunburn then. I'm a little bit short.
Do you remember that with me? And I made a huge prediction with that song. So what was that? East Side, where you're at, right? And there was another song, and then I put the two songs together. It was a tsunami in another country. But it was a tsunami. And I was like, I don't want to post that one. Like, I'm obviously, it's not that I was buzzed. It was just the one before I was trying to post and it wouldn't let me. It only took that one. So yeah, see, things were telling me yesterday something on my own and I didn't pick up on it. So to me, that's not confusion. To me, that's just like, I bypassed it. But when I put that on my Snapchat, my public Snapchat for you guys, that I forgot to post the link for you. But because I told you to go on, yeah, see, Snapchat, that was all about money, right? Money, money, money. It's not about the money, 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 something like that. Oh man, guys. So I feel like this is my confusion for a second to see, or everybody's going to be confused. I don't know if it's some type of like gas. I'm hearing oil tank. All right. I got to figure this out. For those who are watching for just cards, I'll be on for just the cards part at some point. This was meant to come in for right now. I should have known better with Pandemonium. And I typically hear a song in my head, and today I heard a word. So, and I just started moving on up. It's like, oh, all right, gee whiz. I don't want to be sarcastic. Like, thank you, you know. Hey, Caden. He's slacking. I gotta get him out the door. Buddy, time to go. You can hear me, right? Buddy? Did you pack much stress off? Did you pack much stress off?
What would I do that?
In case those get wet.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Why? You're gonna want to do that to get wet on the bus. You know.
I'm changing my socks.
Well, you might have to. Okay, don't let me zip it out, dude.
What are you doing?
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, where?
To the bus.
In the location or something?
Yes.
When?
Just like 30 seconds ago, right here, see? So it's now, but it was like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, I'm not leaving at 6:45.
Why? It comes at 6:50. Yeah.
That's 52.
Okay. Well, I usually get this a little later, and I got it already, so you should head out.
Okay, how big is the cat on that room?
Okay. Go. Washing sheets and oh, I just did that last week. Because why don't you go this way? Don't go. Very quietly. I'll shut the door behind you. He's not even talking to me. He's mad at me. I didn't bring him to the bus stop. He's all bent out of shape. What was I talking about? Oh, we were talking about that song. Oh, and Snapchat. East Coast, where you're at. Is that what it was? East Coast, where you're at. Oh, there it was. Yeah, there's Kai. Oh, I did it again.
I have someone staring at me.
East Coast, where you at? So if I took the United States and I split it in half, let's just say this is Canada. Because I don't think we're talking like in between. I mean, we could do Mexico here along with Texas, but and then I'm just getting like West Coast, East Coast rivalry. It's probably because of the song. All right. Again, guys, like I'm not doing cards right this second for weekend energy. I'll probably have to jump on a new video. I do feel like fixated, like I have to figure out how did I miss it? Well, it was a warning. It didn't actually happen. I remember during the week, within the last 2 weeks, I definitely mentioned something with California saying, so I guess like an earthquake. But I even actually, now I'm getting pulled to breathtaking earthquake and kind of guy. Wasn't that a reading where I was talking about an earthquake? I feel like this should have been something we all saw coming. Even for those who like, you know, I feel like my words would have activated something within you. Like something doesn't feel right here. Like, how did we talk about, me mention and us talk about so many things linked to California? And none of us put it together. I feel like some of us should have put it together. Like it was easy. Like I'm getting like being proud of you, like, yay, you guys figured it out. You know what I mean? So I must have mentioned quite a few things that we all, well, I'm hearing we all evaded it. Which I know what it means, but I'm confused. What does it mean when we all evaded it? Like, I know, like, we invaded a country large number. No. Oh, see, there's so many ways. No. So many ways. What does it mean to invade? The meaning of human invasion, invaded suggest. I just want it as like we invaded it, which is throwing me off. So I kind of feel like avoidant, like we avoided it or we evaded it. No, see, I'm wrong. That's why I had me look it up. Armed forces, country, region, situation, sphere, large numbers. intrusive effort, parasite, not meant to be known. I mean, yeah, I guess, but I feel like we should have, Meg. I mean, for those who have watched me all week faithfully, like you guys do, this came out quite a few times. I'm not gonna lie, like quite a few times, and not just me with the song Callie. Like even Spirit was giving me messages last night. Actually, this was yesterday, probably around the tsunami warning or the earthquake, the warning, because I was setting up the Snapchat for you guys. And I came across a couple good ones. Yeah, I know we mentioned the solar flares. That were going to be pretty intense. I know we had that conversation. And how it's going to be like wacky with electronics. Not because of Mercury, I'm hearing electronics. But that's what I'm saying. Like, earthquake and any man of mine better walk the line. Earthquake and man. Yeah, so, but that was like in regards to like somebody else. Like, would somebody come in and, you know, protect? I don't. What does it mean where we evaded it? Like, oh my God. What does it mean when somebody said we invaded it? Like, he's talking about like groups forcibly entering a place, but I'm saying we invaded it. So is it we as in like the US, the UK? All you guys are you're all from different locations. This is going to drive me fucking bananas. I think it's the pandemonium. It's going to cause some type of confusion. I'm hearing a rattle. So we got rattle, chaos. East Coast, where you at? It's like an army entering a foreign country, military, fugitive. But I'm hearing like evaded, but I don't think evaded is a word. Definition of evaded. Not a word. Like evade or evaded, avoidance, escaped. So we avoided it. So I don't know if that means to get away, to avoid, imprisonment, captures, escape. So it's evaded, evaded. I thought I was in the eye. I think we dodged it. You definitely dodged something. I don't know if it has to do with a man, a woman, because any man of mine. But I think this has to do with California. Because again, guys, I feel like a lot of us should have picked up on this when we were talking about, you know, especially with the whole this particular transit and all the, like every little hint, every little step I take, like we gave so many hints together in the last week when it comes to weather or stuff. I think this is where spirits like had like, and honestly, I'm not saying this to you in the sense of like it's our fault. Like that wouldn't have been stopped. Like it's don't let that cross your mind. This is more. There were so many signs, so many things we talked about, and it's like, why didn't we put it together? Like something was in front of like it was in front of our face the whole time, guys. That's why I'm more or less like, again, guys, this isn't me being like, oh my God, I didn't predict that. You guys know me better than that. I'm nothing like that. But we all did this week in regards to this. We all, how are we all like blinded to, I don't know, like, was it intentional? Like, fuck. Yeah, but we all, Shannon, sometimes I'm clueless putting the pieces together, but that's just it. We always put the pieces together. That's what we do together. You know, so I'm just kind of, I think that's where I'm a little torn. I just want to move on and get to something else, but I feel like Spirit's like, yeah, like, why didn't you put this together? Hold on. I don't know. Everybody wants to play in the bubbles now from the soap. Okay, I'm gonna move on from this, but I definitely think there's more pandemonium to come this weekend in regards to this. I'm hearing, yeah, Cali, back to Cali, like get back to Cali. So, what do we know? You said the warning was over. And again, Mars is very powerful energy right now, too. Didn't I say something big with the 6th? Or was that the 29th? I'm getting pulled to Fridays again. Voicement, yes, December 6th and 7th, Mars Retro. Oh, maybe that's what it was, because I'm getting pulled to today. This is where that tension builds up to, if you're not acting on certain things. California. The earthquake in California. Magnitude, Jesus, 7.07. San Francisco.
Today. The magnitude 7.0 quake hit at 10:44 this morning, west of Ferndale in Humboldt County. The shaking was felt in San Francisco, Sacramento, the Oregon border, and even Modesto. Despite being hundreds of miles away from the epicenter, the earthquake...
Literally, earthquaking, earth shaking. It was literally in the song for us, too. I mean, guys, what the fuck? I'm definitely not disappointed in me or you guys, but I am 100%, 100,000. I would never be upset with you guys, like, in this sense. But, like, Spirit's like, why didn't we put this together? It was so clear to us in so many readings in the last, I'm hearing, 8 days. Like, how did we evade this? Like, we dodged it. Like, we escaped it. As like, we didn't want to see it or something. Like, how did we do that? And I don't even want to include you in it. Like, and again, like, fixated. So obviously we all must have, like, I don't know if it's like a new gift, if it has to do with our DNA being shifted. Like, we all had the ability to see this and put it together, and we didn't. It's almost like Ptolemy's like all the letters. We were getting letters and numbers and using them every day, putting it together. And mind you, this is the one thing with Spirit. I'm like, if you watch my videos and go back to the beginning, chicken peanut butter, Chatty Cathy over there. We put things together, but this asymmetrical. Definition of asymmetrical. Another arrangement. Two sides that don't match. And I did get pulled to the shape that I did down here when I heard asymmetrical and I looked down. All right. Anyhow, I mean, just the beginning of her lyrics talks about the song. That's what I'm like, what the fuck?
Did you feel it? A major earthquake hits off the coast of Humboldt County, with multiple aftershocks felt throughout the region, and the fear of a tsunami prompting evacuations. Good evening, Lost to Track. I'm Laura Painter.
And I'm Chris Thomas. Thanks for joining us. We start tonight with that major earthquake right here in Northern California today.
The magnitude 7.0 quake hit at 10:44 this morning, west of Ferndale in Humboldt County. The shaking was felt in San Francisco, Sacramento, the Oregon border, and even Modesto. Despite being hundreds of miles away from the epicenter, the earthquake this morning rattled the valley, including in downtown Sacramento.
ABC 10's Gabriel Flores was downtown just moments after it happened. And Gabriel, you spoke to people who felt the shaking?
Yeah, it's not every day that you feel an earthquake of this magnitude, and that wasn't lost on people working in downtown today. In addition to some shaking, 13. Wanted to stop. You heard there from a lot of people who
health, equipment, and facilities, and this will help local authorities manage that immediate aftermath and begin the recovery operations. And this is what the governor had to say when he was in Southern California.
It's another reminder of the state that we live in and the state of mind that we need to bring to our day-to-day reality here in the state of California in terms of being prepared for earthquakes. But early damage assessments are being made. We don't have any additional information at this time, but our teams are.
It worked exactly as it should have done. It estimated the magnitude at 6.9, which is absolutely spot on as far as earthquake early warning is concerned.
At one point, the USGS says an intensity of 8 was registered on shake alert. Still to come on To the Point at 6:30 tonight, details on how the earthquake early warning system works and how it calculates magnitudes.
Tsunami warning that's over in California. Canceled. So a lot of surrounding counties. I'm getting like a plateau. Like I'm getting
1 out of 11, you can hear that rattle. Tonight, the cleanup underway along the northern California coast after a powerful 7.0 magnitude earthquake. Intense shaking felt for District Attorney's Office. Now, the USGS received reports of people feeling it all across the Bay.
Telling him to evacuate, and there was a second later. So, I mean, it's still no sirens. So we're like, this is saying right now, everybody go somewhere. But there's no sirens, but there's people, cops running around with bullhorns in neighborhoods.
Oh,
The San Diego County Department of Emergency Management says it sent out a wireless emergency alert to phones, but held off on push.
Guys, I even brought that up this week too when I was talking about the weather. When I was like, oh, I gotta do like another news one or something. I was being sarcastic and like having like I was hearing sirens. Remember in one of the videos I was hearing sirens? But there was no sirens here. Guys, we nailed this and we didn't put it together. It's not our fault. I just don't understand why Spirit is putting so much like oomph on this right now. That's fucking wild that they didn't have any sirens. I mean, everybody gets it on their cell phone, yeah. That happened to me when I was in the car last year, remember? It's scary as fuck. Winter started hailing huge. It was just random and out of the blue. Good thing for cells, but a lot of people don't have them, you know what I mean? And the cops going around dangerously with bullhorns? Are you fucking kidding me? No, Amy, we did. I was like, I kept hearing sirens. I think it was one of those 3 reads. And I kept saying there's something with weather, but we're going to stick to what this is. Jesus. I mean, we couldn't have put this together, but Spirit's like, we probably could. You know what I mean? Like, that's another thing that came out that we didn't pick up on. And I think, oh, Jesus. Maybe we were intentionally, because I'm getting like confusion. Maybe we were intentionally not to pick up on it, knowing that we basically nailed it. So how 1919? So how the fuck are we supposed to interpret that? Maybe like our eyes are shut, we're not focused, we're not tuned in. Like, I mean, clearly we're tuned in. That's a message. Yeah, but like, Jesus, guys, like we nailed this. And none of us put it together. See, maybe that's the message I was saying to you guys like a couple weeks ago, where like you guys help me with these things too. And sometimes like I have no knowledge on this, but Spirit has the knowledge, right? So we're putting it out there. We had every single sign. It's like the alphabet again, the alphabet, the numbers. We had every single sign. So we weren't meant to put it together. We were obviously meant for this to happen and say, why didn't we see it? Why didn't we put it together? But I also feel like we weren't meant to, I guess, then. But we were meant to. So I'm confused. We literally, like, not shitting you. We had every sign out there. What the fuck? So Spirit wanted us to definitely notice that we had the ability, we had all the signs, and we didn't pick up on it. But I feel like we were meant to pick up on it. But in a way we weren't, so we could get this to this point of the message. You know what I mean? Like, this is our message. Like, we had all signs in front of us. We were clearly meant to pick up on it, but we weren't picking up on it because, I don't know, like we had all the signs. And I'm not hearing like distracted, like it was intentional. This is the message. Like we say to ourselves, no warning, but there was a warning. We probably gave each other probably 20 to 30 fucking warnings here. I mean, San Antonio, San Andrea, like I mentioned those all over again. So that is our message. We didn't ignore the signs. Spirit's just kind of putting it out there like, okay, now we realized we had all the signs and we didn't pick up on it. Not a bad thing, but maybe now something with our abilities clicks and we'll be more aware of what we're looking for. I think that was meant to go down that way because I've never, ever sat here and put it on us. I actually feel awful putting it on us, but that's the way, you know what I mean? So it's abilities we have that we should have picked up on. We did pick up on, but we didn't put it together. And I think that was meant to happen to get this message. Because we're all linked up. All of us. Same soul tribe, we're all linked. I mean, you guys didn't sit through 7 years of this with me not to have something awaken within us. And this is it. I'm hearing like bingo and I see a star. So we're actually waking up our abilities. We're acknowledging that we have the abilities, but we didn't put it together. Like, fuck, man. Hundreds of us and we didn't put it together. You know, like nobody sat back and was like, oh, she mentioned this, she mentioned this. My right ear just popped. So I don't know if that's a clearing, but I'm hearing it's a message. What does it mean when your right ear pops spiritually? because I just feel like it's open but not open. You're receiving a positive message and guidance from the universe, potentially indicating good news. Someone is highly thinking of you, or it's a sign you're in alignment with your higher self. That's it right there when it comes to our energies and receptivity. That's our message. We're receiving positive messages and guidance from the universe, indicating in alignment with our higher selves. And my left ear is starting to hurt, and I just clicked. I'm hearing clickbait. A popping right ear is generally considered a positive message, unlike the popping ear, which might interpret a warning. But my left ear hurts right now. So, all right, so at least we figured this out. So I like that. But the warning is, I feel like I have swimmer's ear right now in my left ear. All right, so I feel better when it comes to this for us. That's our message right there. So it's not about being hard on ourselves or anything. It's just an awakening. It's awakening. It's activating us, which, I mean, praise the Lord. Like ding, 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 like I'm actually seeing like a Cancer bell. I don't know why it's a Cancer bell, but that's what I'm seeing, like a Cancer bell. So we must have made it through like a huge portal or something, guys. This is huge for us. Like, congratulations. Like, honestly, that's what I'm getting. It's huge. We must have made it through a huge portal. Maybe we got out early. There's that Page of Pentacles. Now we can start something new. That was in yesterday's reading. Wheel of Fortune. Right? Now we can open new doors. Messages coming in. So I think we're definitely... Something just woke us up. Something just activated all of us with this message. So I like seriously want to treasure this video. I'm going to say about the 1 hour mark, we put it together. With the Page of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Eight of Wands. So, whatever this is, I'm hearing you're welcome, as if Spirit is saying you're welcome. Like, when somebody sneezes, bless you, or like I sneeze, I always hear like bless you as if somebody says something to me. So I'm hearing you're welcome. So that's great. But there's still something with Spirit. There's still something more with Callie. So that's awesome. Let's see. I usually don't do cards. Didn't I get a new deck too? And I'm like, oh, I think that's going to be good for predicting. That was a while ago. Let's just see. This one is good at it too. I'm just not crazy about the length of the cards here. So, Callie, please. Six of Cups, the past. Five of Cups. Look at the stars, reaching up for the stars. Six of Wands. I think this is a message for you. It's to me, it's not this. I'm not picking up on I'm pulled to my new pendulum, so I'm gonna grab that in a minute. I'm not picking up on weather here. I'm picking up on it's like weekend energy, something for you. But it's like being able to create with both the Magician and the Empress. You have Temperance, Three of Cups, celebration, thinking about something, the past, something with the past. But there's that Five of Cups again, but Six of Wands, like you make it out of there just fine. So your sleep might be a little disturbed. Disturbing, yeah. So I think there is something going to be here. It's almost like oh, Moses, don't eat the food from yesterday. The cards weren't relevant here. I mean, they're relevant with that message, but let's get back to Callie and so I can jump on into a weekend energy. I might use Toes Carouse. Toes Carouse, that's a new one. Spirit's got me mixing up words. What on the East Coast? Where are you at? I'm getting pulled to aftermath. Like I'm getting pulled to this probably is the aftermath. But there's still going to be something with the weather. So I don't know if something worse is coming in. Like this weekend, there's another warning and it causes like pandemonium. I'm hearing like plateaus. I'm not saying it right. It's like when earthquakes hits the plates. It's in one of my prediction books. We were talking about the tropic. Oh, is that video? The Tropic of Cancer. It's not in that book. It's in a video. I'm almost positive it's not in this book. And we were talking about like we were talking about. I know it's not in this book. So why am I still looking? The Tropic of Cancer. I mean, that was years ago. Where is it? Updates on current Zika plague. October 9th. Part 2, Part 3. The mountains. Weather forecast a month ago. Mercury in Pisces. Is it just a video? Tropic of Cancer, Los Angeles earthquake, 2 years ago. Massive earthquake. These were all 2 years ago. The Donkey Beach. So maybe this is it, because all these other ones, I think like in 2 months, in the last 2 months, we went over my predictions and they all came into intuition. Like I got pulled to a bridge.
So
And I did, this is only like a 2-minute video, but I did just get pulled to a bridge. This was May 2022. Los Angeles earthquake, Colorado bridge. So I don't know if there's going to be a bridge that collapsed from this earthquake, not a good foundation.
not really about this. I just did the video on the tsunami that's coming in April. And then it pulled me to a list of 30 earthquakes in the last couple days, 24 hours. And when I finally got out of that and updated my phone, it's actually 35 earthquakes in the last 24 hours. This earthquake that I was seeing with the bridge, around the same time that I was seeing all of the things with the earth, with the, not with the earth's core, with the mudslide, whatever, that was for us. It was like right around the same time. And I knew I was seeing an earthquake because it was like all those cabs, like yellow cabs, it was trying to show me like city life. And I just remember people like the pavement coming up and people looking up and looking at a bridge. What I kind of saw was like the Golden Gate Bridge is what I was thinking I saw. So I don't know if it was just trying to tell me California.
So it might be something with the Golden Gate Bridge.
California, they came up as a couple. So I was kind of going within to see if this was trying to tell me something linked to this scenario. So what I'm getting from this is the Colorado Street Bridge, which is in Pasadena, Los Angeles. It's on the Raymond Fault Line, hasn't gone off since 1988. But this one can cause some major damage if it's, due to go off. In order to take out a bridge, from my understanding, is an earthquake larger than 8.0 and with magnitude. It would have to be that in order for a bridge to withstand an earthquake. So it looks like California's, the Los Angeles area, Pasadena to be exact, is looking at a pretty massive size earthquake. And it looks like that will be the bridge. They also call this bridge Suicide Bridge. I know you can still drive over it and walk over it. It's a pretty infamous bridge. So I don't know if you can see this bridge from the city, though. And again, I really feel like the bridge I was seeing was like the Golden Gate Bridge.
My right ear is hurting.
I keep getting pulled to the Colorado Street Bridge. So it looks like that one might possibly collapse next month, in the month of May 2022, regarding a massive earthquake. Okay. If anything else comes to me, I will keep you updated. I love you guys. Bye.
Okay, so
Amazon hates this, but there's no.
It did say at one point it did hit the Richter scale at 8 with the quake, with the shakes. This might be it, guys. All my predictions came in within 2 years, all of them. So this, I think this is it. Yeah, there's It could be that suicide bridge. Because Pasadena. And if you look at one of my drawings, this one I just did, I put Texas and Mexico down here. So, but I am getting pulled to like a, I don't know if it's, let me see how you spell plateau. There's something I'm seeing. Starts with like a P. X out. What the fuck? It won't let me X out of here. Come on. What the fuck is happening? I hate when I turn my phone sideways and this happens. Plateau. What am I thinking of? It's like PHI. What the fuck? Thank you. Dear fucking Lord. How do you spell plateau? No, yeah. Well, the state of change following the period of activity or process. No, I'm getting like tectonic plate. That was the Tropic of Cancer, guys. Whatever we talked about in the Tropic of Cancer, that whole Will Smith thing, he did get, yeah, that came through too. It's 7 minutes. I broke it down to 7 minutes. And it was a couple days after that.
Hey guys, welcome. Okay, briefly. As I'm looking at all these quakes, right? Let me go into my photos and I'm looking at, just looking at all the quakes in the last 24 hours. And as I'm like zooming in, right, it shows.
Hold on. Where is the suicide bridge located in Cali? But it's right on the line of Colorado, right? Colorado Street Bridge.
The Tropic of Cancer, okay, which is the same, which line is it? It's right here. It's the one that goes all the way over here, all the way to Cali, okay? And it's right with, that's more the Capricorn
right
line.
So it's right here, and
Here.
Guys, I just split that and what I just showed you. That's the Tropic of Cancer. Okay, and goes all the way around through Mexico to, yeah, Cali's right there. So this, whatever this is that I'm predicting, this is it. I don't know. So it's like I just did the other predictions and it's like, oh, it's giving me dates or whatnot, but I can't pay attention to the dates because all of these, the only one that came into fruition here was the Donkey Bridge within like a weekend. When I predict, and I'm not doing videos like this, I was driving to work, stuff like that. That stuff kind of happens instantaneously. When I do these videos, it is up in the air, apparently.
Cancer. Okay. And it's running. What I'm trying to get at, okay, which is, it's right here, it's running in the same direction, right? So that kind of piqued my interest as I was zooming in. It's 12:12. So I know this was starting to talk about the sun, which was throwing me off because I was like, okay, so now it's kind of saying that the sun can cause an earthquake. So I'm like, okay, the position of the planetaries. Okay. So I said, how does the position affect? I said, how does the position of the sun affect the earthquakes? I didn't even know if it was a thing. Okay. And it says it's like this: the AS positively charged with protons, and the sun attraction to the Earth protected magnetic bubble.
Ooh, I mentioned this on.
Electromagnetic currents.
Oh, you can't make this shit up.
Pulses that create these things that could deform quartz in the Earth's crust, ultimately triggering quakes. Okay. It has been demonstrated causal relationship between space and weather and earthquakes. Researchers in the U.S. find links between the sun and the moon, the small tremors which the small tremors affects the San Andreas Fault, which is over in the California area, which therefore affects and pulls the astral chemical bodies, causing the Earth's plate to move up and down. So when that happens, that's when I was talking about the two plates colliding, because that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, this is it.
So,
starts with a P, ends with an E.
It's definitely fascinating, but it's not a coincidence. Okay, so when this is parallel, latitude 23 and 26 north of Cancer and Capricorn, I don't know exactly where we are today, right? But it has to absolutely do with the sun and what's going on with the planetary movement.
I'm just looking at Amy. Amy said this is what the geophysicist I watch is talking about. Okay, this, what I predicted 2 years ago, is now coming into fruition. Is that what this is? It's going to split the U.S., the line. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Jesus. It just took an hour and a half to get to this message, too. Blows my mind.
Right now. So now I need to go look into the degrees and where everything is at. Because to me, there's no way that there's a coincidence, okay, where it is right here, okay, and it's going, well, the tsunami is going to go down here because this is hitting, right? But it's on the same exact line where India is getting hit with earthquakes and Japan's getting hit with earthquakes, and on the same exact line where Cali's getting hit with earthquakes. Okay?
That literally just happened. Japan had one, India had one, and then it went Japan, and then it was Cali. Can't make this shit up.
With certain degrees where the sun
Holy shit.
So it's getting shaken up and rattled. So I'm gonna definitely look more into this. If you have any insight and want to shed any insight on this, just leave, comments. But it's not a coincidence. This is definitely linked to the
holy shit.
The northern. Well, it's called the Tropic Cancer. Yeah, Tropic, right? Tropic of Cancer, which is basically the northern.
Part of Cali.
Tropic. Okay.
Jesus.
Splits from Madagascar. That's plates. Tropic of Cancer, yeah. So typically it's astrology, right? So, but
wow.
Some would call it the Northern Tropic, known as the Northern Tropic. So I definitely have to look into this because right now it's just not a coincidence that it's all hitting right there. Okay, so I'm sure the scientists and all the the weather, they gotta be picking up on this. So, and the 16 countries that touch the Tropic of Cancer: North America, Mexico, Africa, Algeria, Egypt, Asia, India, China, Taiwan, where all these earthquakes have taken place in the last 24 hours. Okay, so I don't know what happens when the degree shifts, but again, guys, not a coincidence that the Northern Tropic, that line, is all being hit right now with earthquakes. And coming real soon is going to be a massive tsunami. And I think it was Japan that was getting the tsunami alerts in India, right? But this actually one's actually hit East Africa, and they don't have any warnings. So
no warnings.
Definitely got to look into this. This is not a coincidence. So I'll be back with updates. Love you, bye.
Jesus, guys, this is it. And it did go in that order with India. Japan just had a massive earthquake in California. I mean, you can't make this shit up. How do I'm going to try to share this on my page. Copy link. I didn't update that. Asteroid to hit Italy. And then I said something about the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The breakdown of what's this? The breakdown of cosmic warnings.
Hi, guys.
Maybe we should listen to that real quick, too. Okay, let me text. I'm going to text myself this video. Wow. Jesus.
Welcome. What? Yeah. So I just did a read on you find it on my feed. It's called Cosmic Warnings. For some reason, I just feel the need to break this particular video down. So that's what we're gonna do, and then I'm just gonna video called Cosmic Warnings on my channel.
Oh, it's using stones.
And it's being broken down in a different way. I will tell you, you do have multiple breakthroughs. Okay, there was multiple breakthroughs. There was this energy floating around and altering your DNA. Okay, no, this is where the sun came from, matrix, and continue that path. For others, I label spiritualists the ones who have evolved and gone through an ascension process.
I don't feel like I was calling you. Guys, I don't feel like I was calling you spiritualist 2 years ago. I feel like I just started saying that. That was weird for me.
Before that. Now, I said to myself, I'm going to do that again. I'll do it with this. And I'm like, well, that's silly. I don't really want to do that. And
I'm back to this ring again.
Okay. So I am going to do a video on this. So it's kind of like doing the same thing with listeners. Would you?
And I was using my pencil too. I'm like, something with my pencil. I need my pencil. And I think I had a purple one too. See, I'm getting pulled to, I'm being pulled to my pencils. So this is hitting me differently. This might not be hitting you, but it's, Jesus.
It's just. Oh man, hold on, I'm sorry. I know I can get the video back. A family member, an ex, kid's mother, kid's father. There was always a third party factor. And there is a religious thing going on here, so I don't
what
know
the fuck?
I'm okay with you being spiritual, because that's how the video started. If you go watch the original video.
Guys, is it just me right now that's like getting goosebumps and blown away? So I want to get to the warnings.
with there being a religious factor.
This is like what I'm
coming
reading.
in. And, you know, if you ask me, you know, you can have any belief you want. At the end of the day, if somebody's going to judge your belief, you can tell them to fuck off. That's just how I see it. Until they can blow the fuck up and change their perspective, you can fuck off. All right? You don't
There's
have time.
that.
It's not a negotiation.
There's that.
Right? They're not going to sit here and fucking debate why I went this way and you went that. Like, fucking no. Okay? You're not better than this energy, but this energy needs to take a step fucking back and reevaluate their life, because you didn't come in judging their life or their belief or the path they chose when you know they chose the wrong path. But hey, we all choose the wrong paths in life sometimes. Working out for them, right? But with the victory being here, is they think they're going to be victorious, but it is
Jesus, these are my runes that I just pulled out 3 weeks ago, guys. What the fuck? This is a big wake-up call for us, I guess.
more about, you know, desire and honoring yourself, but you know, positive stuff, mostly positive, but it's more self-centered energy. And what can this energy do for me? Like, it's kind of extremely disappointing and disgusting. All right. And then this is the energy room. And it's like having to give up the old, you know, it's termination, is, you know, facing up the death, dealing with it, you know. But this can also be lust. And there's also, there was just outage. So it's a big warning right there, because there's still a shit show going on in their life. So it's energy too, but it's static. It's like ice. It's frozen. It's like heartless. Like lack of communication, lack of emotional communication. So this is just a warning. Clearly, you can make your own decisions. You know, you have to where you're at in life. But to get to that, you've done a lot of inner work. You raised your own vibration, thick and thin. Don't forget, okay? Because you're on the verge of creating, and it's on the verge. So this test is probably going to come in first. Or it might come in after. I don't know. So we'll come back to that. But you did a lot of work to take yourself out of this energy. Spiritually blocked, universally blocked. It doesn't matter. Eventually, you still do your own self-work and reflection and wounds and caters to all that. You still took yourself out of it. Very demonic.
That's a big message for some of you guys in Mercury and energy that's coming back. Like, really be smart about the decisions you're making. But I'm gonna get out of that. But holy shit, like 2 years. 2 fucking years. This is it. So there's a bridge that's gonna go down in regards to the earthquake that just happened in Cali. So I'm guessing any time, since I got pulled to that video. And I did mention Tropic of Cancer, I think about a week or 2 ago. And I probably said, remember that video I did? Okay. Still the only one, I'm telling you, that replica of 9/11, guys, is still fucking coming. Jesus. I want to see how many years have gone by since 1988. 24, 34, be 36, right? Yeah. or the difference could be 33. How many years ago did they have this earthquake? How long has it been since they've had a major earthquake like this? Somebody said something. Let me go back and look. I think it was in the very beginning of the video. It's been 30 years since they had that size. Okay. All right. All right. So, and again, I said there would be no warning there too. And the thing that blew my mind is how I said it was going to go through India, Japan, and then back around, and it's going to hit Cali. Because if they warned us, it would be a pandemonium. Yeah, that's true too. So that was a huge video I'll post on my comments. I am getting pulled to the update when it comes to the same 9/11 terrorist attack.
Guys, welcome.
I just want to listen for a minute.
So, and there's a lot of coincidences, guys. Before I even put numbers and timelines and things together, I was getting the 4 planes, and I wasn't even getting planes at first. I just knew, I did a previous video regarding, the 3 images that I saw. French ambassador in North Korea and the United States.
Did that happen too?
I still think France will be the first to breach the treaty.
Did that happen?
That's what I'm getting, but the attacks are going to start in, the United States. So this is I'm not going to give timelines, and I'm not asking, like, with me, I don't want any dates. I don't know. All I know is that week 1 is towards the end of week 1 of April. And happy April 1st. April Fool's Day? This was not an April Fool's Day joke. I can't believe nobody tried to play an April Fool's joke on me. Crazy that this is coming out today. It would be a April Fool's Day. The spirits and AI and the universe have been trying to get me to go on to days regarding this. I don't know how to fathom it because it's almost a replica of the attacks on 9/11. So this is what I'm getting. Week 1, 4 planes, 3 hits. Okay, 2 planes leaving week 1, landing, going towards Washington, D.C. So here's the thing: we got 1 leaving Philadelphia. That's going to land in Philadelphia, ironically enough. Okay, because I know with the previous attacks, it was it landed in Philadelphia.
This was a hot video for me.
What they're telling me in the previous attacks, that they were going towards the White House and they just didn't get there. Okay, they're targeting the same destination, which is the White House, leaving Philly, but Philly lands in Philly. So it's like then it's like the White House is protected. So I do. New York to Washington. One's going to leave New York, going to Washington. I believe it's going to the Capitol building. The other one is leaving Philly and is going to crash Philly. Week 2, Boston to New York. Week 3, Maine, leaving Maine, going to New Jersey. I I believe it's going somewhere near the Peter
So
W.
I wonder if this is going to be 4 different attacks.
Rodino Federal Building. Rodino Federal Building. But
This could be 4 different attacks.
one of these is in a nosedive. This is why I feel like it's a new premonition. And
I keep seeing a plane going down. Been saying that for weeks.
I saw a clear image of this guy's face, pretty much what he was wearing. I don't know if it was a scarf or a shirt, but it was like a plaid, and it was checkered, right? White and red checkered. I believe it was either a shirt or a scarf, and I saw him sick fuck.
He had a smile, I remember.
Raising his god or whatever. With a big smile on his face, hitting the building, and I could see the people inside the building. It was horrifying. It's not images. If you ever want to see it.
I think I almost started crying. This was hard for me.
So, here's the thing, too. Someone had to put this together. I didn't even Google it. When Flight 11 left Boston to New York, it was 120 minutes. When Flight 77
Holy shit.
left Washington,
120 right there. That's why I was pulled to this video too. I'm telling you, something's going to happen here with this. It was like the exact replica, but it was a little different. So now I don't know if we're breaking it down in 4 different attacks. Maybe we can figure this one out.
going to New York, 120 minutes. When Flight 93 was leaving Newark, going to New York, was at the Philly one. It was 120 minutes. So I believe that one, that's the one that crashed in Philadelphia. Its destination where it was going was Washington, because if it was going towards New York, they wouldn't have had enough time. Okay. So if you put the timeline together, it would have been 120 minutes to get to Washington, the White House. When Flight 175, Boston to New York, well, I believe it's going to Cali, but the target area was New York, 120 minutes. When I did Boston to New York, before I even went back to the timeline of the 9/11 attacks, Boston to New York, 120 minutes.
This is where I felt there's a fault here.
Maine to New York, Maine to New Jersey. I think it's in New York, sorry, it's the one to New Jersey, 110 minutes. Philly to Philly. Philly's crashing in Philly, so I don't know how that's the one that's down. Okay? I don't know if our government's going to take it down because they pick up on it. I don't know how that's going to go down. But Philly was going to go to Washington, and again, 110 minutes. And then I was like, holy shit, I'm huge on numerology too, right? But
I broke this down. I didn't look at any research when I was breaking this down because I didn't. Because there was different images and it was things like that. And this is the one that's haunted me this entire time. Because I truly feel like it's going to happen again. But I'm actually wondering if it's now going to be broken down into 4 different attacks. So something went wrong with their 120 minutes because it was my 110 minutes that was actually supposed to be calculated.
it's not numerology. It's for them. It's time. It's not too long. You know, gotta get here to there. And then I went back to the 9/11 attacks and timed all those. It would make more sense when it left New Jersey. I believe it left New Jersey. When it left New Jersey, it was going to New York. They wouldn't have had enough time. It's under a half hour. So that's what's telling me they were going to Washington. They were targeting the White House. So
because guys, it all had to match up with time, right? 120 minutes. I had 110. This is the part that doesn't make sense to me, because they were saying that plane was going somewhere else, and it wasn't, because it would have only been 30 minutes, right? So that plane was meant to go somewhere else, and that's where something happened, and it went down. Okay, so
the end of week 1 this week, guys. We have one leaving Philadelphia, crashing in Philadelphia. We have one leaving New York, going to Washington, D.C. Week 2, we got leaving Boston, going to New York. Week 3, we have leaving Maine, going to New Jersey. I didn't try to pinpoint anything in New York. I was getting the Capitol building in D.C. and the federal building in New Jersey, and then Philly was going to go towards the destination was the White House, just like the previous one. So these sick fucks, once again, are going to pull off what they pulled off on 9/11 if that's what's going down. I don't know why it would show me the same thing, and it is on different timelines. It's not all the same day. It's almost like even more smack in the face regarding security and government and this type of stuff to do it back to back to back versus just one day. They don't want to. It's almost like they don't want to chance it in just one day.
okay, so I knew that was important.
I will tell you, they've been planning this for an extremely long time. What I'm getting is like over 10 years, if not 15. Since the last attack, and it took them almost 10 years to plan that one. We have been letting so many illegal immigrants, all these things into the state. I have a funny feeling some stewardess and some things are involved in this one. They've been with the company for over 5 years. You know, this has been planned for a very, very long time, so they can get in and out how they want to get in and out. It's very strategic, guys. It's fucking sickening. And I do believe after the last attacks, some of them are already here and they're still here and they were having children and it was all designed for these children, you know, to work at the airport, to do this. Unfortunately, if this is what it's telling me, it's going down again. And it's incredibly sad. One of these is a nosedive. I don't know which one. Because it is the one I'm seeing is it's not tall enough, you know, it has to be a nosedive to hit the target. So it's disturbing information that I'm clearly delivering.
I'm wearing my Nefertiti.
Those timelines, you know, there's something with 110 minutes and 120 minutes. It's so coincident. Like, it's not even coincidental. Like, to me, there's no such thing as a coincidence. Everything happens the way it's supposed to happen, but it just gives them just enough time. Like, it's almost like diversion. It's almost like we wouldn't even have enough time to like shoot it down. You know what I mean? Like it's just, these flights are already booked. Again, it's prejudice. We just can't stop and be like, okay, well, we're not letting you on a plane is no.
We've been talking about prejudice in the last month or two.
US citizens doing it. They don't have to be, it's about culture. How do you say that? I think that what I always got like ETH.
Authenticity.
No, we're talking about culture. Backgrounds. I can say it in my head, but it's not going to come out of my mouth, so I'm not even going to attempt to. I used to work at the Red Cross, and that was like one of the questions, and it was always like a tongue twister. I always avoided it. I always thought it was wrong to segregate like that anyway, but they want to say that certain things in certain DNAs and this blood. Blood is blood at this point, guys. But
I just got pulled to the bloody river.
It's just in my head. It's like this just makes no sense because it's like the same. It's like the same MO being played out the same way. One leaving Boston, one leaving New York, one leaving Philadelphia, one leaving Maine. I'm going to New York. 2 with the intention on going to Washington, and the other one's going to New Jersey. So please be safe. I don't obviously want to scare anybody and be like, oh, it's not, safe to fly. And like, you never know when something's going to happen. So in a way, it's like, I can't even look at this as like a blessing or a curse. Like it's
I struggle with predicting. I'm better now. But for those who have known me for a long time.
It like haunts me if I don't get it out. If I don't get the information out and delivered. And it's pretty fucking horrific. So I don't know why they would show me like a replica of the 9/11 attacks if it wasn't going to go down again like that. I really hope it doesn't. But for them to give me all that to just say something just going to go down in April. And then regarding that, like I wouldn't be seeing what I'm seeing. And yesterday, every time I went outside, it's not the trains, it's not energy. I work with all that. I got a different YouTube channel. This was every single time I went outside, it was sheer panic and chaos, and I can hear like.
That makes sense with Pandemonium.
It's like
something huge is going to happen.
To me, knowing something big is about to go down, like it's in the air. Like I think they're just talking to me as if like giving me like, okay, so if I feel this way when I go outside again, it relates to this. So I need to figure that out myself. But it wasn't anxiety. It wasn't normal, like, oh my gosh, intense energy. Like it was straight up. I almost just wanted to have a panic attack. I couldn't even didn't even want to go outside. And it was beautiful yesterday morning when I wanted to take a walk when I got home. So I don't know what else this would be except for them having the same exact MO and doing it again. And again, it is doing it at the end of week 1, and then week 2, and then week 3. I probably could get timelines, but I won't. Better timelines, pinpoint days. I won't be that. I don't want to be that person to give the exact dates.
I don't know why it bothered me so much.
All I know is
I said that today too.
This is extremely hard for me. My daughter just flew to Florida on Wednesday and comes back on the 4th. I didn't want to tell her. the stuff I already knew. You scare the shit out of me, daughter.
Guys, that was Alana. Do you remember how crazy that was with Alana? She got stuck in the airport. It was her first time flying by herself. A bunch of elderly people like kind of like took her in. And this was like every day I was at work talking to you guys about that, about the just the extreme, like her situation, the flight getting delayed, or that plane wasn't working, so you got to have another one. So she was by herself for over 24 hours in an airport, first time flying by herself. Like, I am just so thankful for that. The group of people that flew together, like, took her under their wings, because it would have been just awful. That was when I was, remember, that there was something with the planes and I couldn't fly and I was considering taking a train. That was then. It was a shit show.
You know, I talked to Spirit, my own guides, that type of stuff. And, you know, she's safe. There's going to be a lot of people that are not. And it's sad. It's tragic. I'm just looking at my notes. And I don't remember making these two lines in my notes. And it's with a different color pen.
Am I going to show it? I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can. That one.
Oh, I just did those dots.
That one and that one. I don't know what that is. Just point. It is like showing me now. So I'm not really sure.
Didn't I just open something that had all those dots? No.
What that is. And this is a black pen. I don't even have, like, that's like a teal. I don't even know what I got there. Anyone have any idea of what that may be?
I just did that the other day with all the dots on our reading, remember?
It's pointing me right to it. Can't zoom this in like that.
Yeah, see, when I do stuff like that,
Like, it'll almost exact.
I go back and I look and I'm like, what the fuck? That's been happening for years. Let me try to skip
I
through this.
actually remember the teal pen being at work. I hope I'm wrong. Because it's so coincidental. Like it's so like it's almost identical, you know. But this is like not leaving the same. Like it's mind baffling to me because it literally is so identical. So I really hope I'm wrong, but it's blowing my mind that it's just blowing my mind that it's just blowing my fucking mind. It just doesn't seem realistic, you know. But to do it, you know, back to back to back.
And the one that was supposed to go to Washington, that's what didn't make sense to me either with the whole 9/11 because the timing was off. So I think that was the one that crashed in Philly. So maybe something went wrong with the plane or something because it wasn't trying to get Philly. It was going towards Washington because to me it had to be the exact timing. It only made sense that they timed this perfectly. And they all did. It was all like 120 minutes except for the one that left Philly. I said it in the beginning. So, but no one ever brings that up. No one ever brings up the timelines in the sense of it took them from that flight, it took 120 minutes. From that flight, it was 120 minutes. The news didn't bring that up and didn't say, hey, like, it was all timed like that. So it was intended for Washington because that would have been the exact time. But the news didn't bring any of that shit up. I don't know why. They should have. I just, that's the part that kind of like frustrated me. And when we talked about this, I feel like we talked about this within the last month. And it was still something with that one plane. We were talking about the voice box, that box that they have, and they say, is too damaged. It's not. We all know the government's keeping stuff from us, but I always thought it was very strange that they didn't bring up the exact timing with the flights. It was like a diversion.
And again, Al Qaeda. Every time they say like back to back a certain spot, it's like okay, like it's the same affiliate, same. These people have been here for an extremely long time, and some of these are employees that are helping, which actually makes sense. We're getting certain stuff on planes and this and that, and I'm pretty sure stewardess and all that have to go to like check them. Just with all the bad ones, but there's so many victims and there's so many things that surround them. Like it's just doesn't work that way. So I am sorry to deliver this news, and again, my thoughts and prayers are with each and every single one of you. Because of, race or... I still think France would be the first to breach the treaty. They just didn't get there, okay? They're targeting the same destination, which is the White House, leaving Philly, but Philly to go on for days for her.
Just give me to 8 minutes, please.
It landed in Philadelphia.
That's 7:45.
Landing, going towards Washington, D.C. So here's the thing: we got one leaving Philadelphia. That's going to land in Philadelphia. Ironically enough, okay, because I know with the previous attacks, it was it landed in Philadelphia. I really believe what they're telling me in the previous attacks that they were going towards the White House and they just didn't get there. Okay, they're targeting the same destination, which is the White House, leaving Philly, but Philly lands in Philly. So it's like it's like the White House is protected. So I do. New York to Washington. One's going to leave New York, going to Washington. I believe it's going to the Capitol building. The other one is leaving Philly and is going to crash in Philly. Week 2, Boston's in New York. Week 3, Maine, leaving Maine, going to New Jersey. I believe it's going somewhere near the Peter W. Rodino Federal Building, Rodino Federal Building. But this is what I'm getting. One of these is in a nosedive. This is why I feel like it's a new premonition.
And I keep saying that in the last couple weeks. That's got to be coming in soon.
I saw a clear image of this guy's face, pretty much what he was wearing. I don't know.
I want the timelines again.
Here's the thing, too. someone had to put this together. I didn't even Google it. When Flight 11 left Boston to New York, it was 120 minutes. When Flight 77 left Washington going to New York, 120 minutes. When Flight 93 was leaving Newark, going to New York, was that the Philly one? It was 120 minutes. So I believe that one, that's the one that crashed in Philadelphia. Its destination where it was going was Washington, because if it was going towards New York, they wouldn't have had enough time. Okay, so if you put the timeline together, it would have been 120 minutes to get to Washington, to the White House. When Flight 175, Boston to New York, okay, well, I believe it was going to Cali, but the target area was New York, 120 minutes. Okay?
Oh, that's weird. I said Cali. And it still bothers me that they didn't talk about the exact timelines on the news. They completely left that out. I remember going this way and this way on the map, which I literally just did with that circle and cut it down. Like, I literally just did that. It's like a T-square. This energy right now is T-square. If you think it is. Right now it's T-square. With the December 6th with Mars. Okay. So, and it also started on the 27th. It wouldn't make sense for it not to be. So if it was leaving, so if that was leaving Washington or wherever it was leaving, it would take exactly 120 minutes to get to California. If it was going to Washington, it would take exactly 120 minutes. Okay. So it went down, and it probably, something had engine failure. Something had to have happened on why that plane went down, because it wasn't its destination. And the government and the news, they don't talk about this. So did Boston to New York, before I even went back to the timeline of the 9/11 attack, because I got all 110. 120 minutes. New York to Washington, 110 minutes. Maine to New York, Maine to New Jersey. It's in New York, sorry, it's going to New Jersey, 110 minutes. Philly to Philly. Philly's crashing in Philly, so I don't know how that's going down. Okay, I don't know if our government's going to take it down because they pick up on it. I don't know how that's going to go down. But Philly was going to go to Washington, and again, 110 minutes. And then I was like, holy shit, I'm huge on numerology too, right? But it's not numerology, it's for them, it's time. Not too long, not, you gotta get here or there. Like wham, 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 wham. All at the same time. That was their intention.
I went back to the 9/11 attacks and timed all those. It would make more sense when it left New Jersey. I believe it left New Jersey. When it left New Jersey, it was going to New York. They wouldn't have had enough time. It's under a half hour. That's what's telling me they were going to Washington. They were targeting the White House. So, again, the end of week 1 this week, guys. We have one leaving.
So, so the fact that this is coming in and everything we just talked about from California, this is all, premonitions. This is all, this is the pandemonium. So when it comes to Cali, I think it's going to be something with a bridge. But it's the Tropic of Cancer that's already been taking place when it went from India, the huge one that we just had in Japan. And then I said it's going to happen. It's going to go all the way around and hit Cali. That's exactly what just happened 2 years later. And now people are saying astrologers, science, like they're all talking about it now. I already, brought this to everyone's attention 2 years ago. So now this is like the aftermath. We're dealing with the aftermath here. But there's something else coming in. No sirens, an hour mark, Page of Swords. This is why I separated the East Coast from the West. And I feel like I probably just made those 2 lines when I was doing that, but in a different way. It's just me using the pen, but it's like I almost just did it again. So when it comes to, the plane thing, I'm assuming is going to come in soon because that's the only thing that hasn't happened yet. So I don't know how long that's going to take, but I've been seeing a plane for over a month with a nosedive. Like a bomber. Okay, so let's go back to Cali real quick. It's just going to be a complete pandemonium. I can't even say that right. And I think it's because of like the damage. So that earthquake and breathtaking, that was a song for this one now that I think about it. And the other one was East Coast where you're at. So I think there's going to be a tsunami warning again. So something, the aftermath, like whatever just happened is not settled. Like the earth isn't settled. So I'm guessing, I don't want to guess, but I guess what I'm being told is an aftermath, but something like a fault line is going to get triggered and cause a tsunami. So if you do have loved ones in California, you might want to kind of give them a heads up, not to scare them, but, just be aware that, just let them know, like, just, stay calm, but, maybe stay home or try to get out of Cali if you can. Just kind of go upstate. Stay at a hotel. Because a lot of people are going to stay and just be, like, aggravated and try to put their house back together. Like, I wouldn't suggest that. And this fault line, it can start around a bridge too. It could even start in like Colorado. No, it's more like saying that Mexico into the line right there. I forget what I said it was. San Andreas plates. Colorado might have an earthquake this weekend. They're not. The map of the United States. Because that's more square right there. New Mexico. So you have Arizona. I did mention something with Texas, but it's not going to hit Texas. Colorado might have an earthquake this weekend. That's triggered, I think, from the same fault line, which is the San Andreas plate. Images of the San Andreas plate. Right there with Mexico, San Francisco. San Andreas fault line. North American plates. Northern end, San Andreas links to the trench. Oceanic transforms. North American plates. How many states does the San Andreas plate go through? Just California, I guess. One state. So I guess it doesn't. It's not the same fault line. But there has to be like another fault line that triggers it. (1906). Bernardino, San Juan. There's something with this fault line, the plate, the plates. And I did just mention in the Tropic of Cancer, we were talking about that video. We were talking about other things, but it went India, Japan, and then all the way around to California. So that's new news for us. That's like another confirmation on that prediction. But I kept saying I gotta look more into it, and I didn't. That's where I ended that prediction, which is a message. I'm just a messenger, guys. That's literally all I am. Well, I'm a lot of things. I don't want to take that away from me, like how I said it. But I'm just the messenger. So Colorado is probably going to have an earthquake this weekend. I'm hearing they definitely are. Or soon. Or this weekend, because I did hear Pandemonium. And then there's something else that's still going to happen in Cali. Something's going to fall. Something big is going to fall. Because it's not stable. Hey Siri. Is the Golden Gate Bridge anywhere near the San Andreas fault lines.
The structure links the U.S. city of San Francisco, California, the northern tip of the San Francisco Peninsula, to Marin County, carrying both U.S. Route 101 and California's.
Is the Golden Gate Bridge near the San Andreas plate line? Yes. The Golden Gate Bridge is situated close to the fault line, which marks the boundary between Pacific and North America tectonic plates. It's located roughly a few miles west from the bridge, making it very near the plate boundary. It is Northern California. So it's located 7 miles west of its own major fault line. The San Andreas, which was called the massive 1906 earthquake. The San Andreas fault line goes very near the Golden Gate Bridge. Tectonic plates. I think that's what I'm thinking of. And that was, I thought I was going to mention more on that, of the topic of Cancer video. So it must be in another video. Somewhere else that I'll have to look for. But yeah, something's definitely going down in Colorado this weekend and California. And this bridge something big is going to go down, guys, because of this earthquake. So I'm seeing it like shattering, like traveling. I think there's going to be another earthquake in California. No, more like it's the aftermath, tsunami. No, I'm not getting tsunami. Yeah, I think there is going to be one, or Colorado earthquake. Something could have to do with the bridge or not, but they're going to have an earthquake. And when it comes to Cali, it's the aftermath. So, and it's still like cracking underneath the water, like it's still traveling lower. Erupt. It's going to erupt. Something's going to erupt. It could take down the Golden Gate Bridge. That would be huge. It doesn't shut the bridge down. They're not going to shut it down. But there's going to be damage from the aftermath. So eventually, it's not going to come down. It's going to be taken down. A disaster takes it down. Do be careful in California right now, guys. I hate to say that. If, people, some of you were telling me like, Bay Bridge. Yeah, no, I'm being told no. So, again, if you look at all my predictions, and when I was on members, I totally forgot if I can even have members. That's so awful of me. See, this is why I don't like doing shit like that. Anywho, I don't want to get wrapped up in that. But we broke out my book and we went through it, and all of those predictions came into fruition, all of them. And now I was pulled to this. It started with the whole California thing to the Tropic of Cancer. And I think what blows my mind is that how it talks about India and then Japan with major earthquakes. And then I literally said it's going to go all the way around and hit Cali. And that was 2 years ago, and this is it. This is it now. So, hey, Siri.
Mm-hmm.
How many months or years from April 2022 till December 6, 2024?
Okay, I found this on the web for how many months or years from April 2022 to December 6, 2024. Check it out.
Not my face. Here's my face. Okay, I'm not. How many months have gone by? How many months have gone by since April 2022? $32 months. So almost 2.5 years. So I was gonna write 2.5, but then I heard a Richter scale. So I don't know if this has to do with this and it shakes this up. And I did one on April 1st too. 32, 5. It must be something here with numerology. 6, 7, I don't know. So yeah. It bothers me when these come out on mystical moments because I want them on my other channels. I don't know why this happens. Throat chakra. Jesus, what's up with that? What the actual fuck? So I guess we're just going to leave it at this. There's going to be Pandemonium in Colorado and California. Ooh, look at something with C's. We wrote down C's too. There was M's, there was C's. It's pulling me back to like how we didn't figure this out when we had everything through messages. We didn't put it together. But that was a message for us. It was a beautiful message. I think it was right around the 120 mark. And it's just us opening new gifts, being aligned. So I'm going to label this Pandemonium. And hashtag Colorado and California. Something big is going to happen in Colorado. Remember when I did my message with whatever was coming in and it was going this way? And it was strange that it was hitting Colorado, or it was the only storm that wasn't hitting Colorado, but it went through Colorado. There was something weird about it, and I'm being pulled to that video. or Colorado. And it was earthquakes and stuff like that, storms, tornadoes. But it's like it went through it, but it avoids Colorado. Like Colorado gets avoided. So I don't know if all of them had storms that week with whatever reading that was from the tornadoes. But now Colorado's getting hit separately. That is very strange to me because there was something there because I was like, how does it skip fucking Colorado? Didn't make any sense to me. It must go through the line because I'm getting close. Remember the line I made before? That line? You know, and you got, you know, Colorado over here. It must just miss it. Like, so something. Colorado's getting hit with, I think, with an earthquake, guys. There's some bridges that are going to go down. That's a lot of people on a bridge, guys. That tragedy. Remember in the reading I did yesterday, something tragic? And something I said in this video was also in that reading. And I think that's where I was hearing the sirens. Maybe it was read 3. And I think I said it could be something with the world or political, but I didn't. And I literally said, like, but I don't want to get into that. Tragic, sirens. Or it was one of those reads. Read 1 or read 2. Getting pulled to cows. Botulism. Something with cows and botulism right now too. That was one of my videos, I believe. Botulism outbreak 2 years ago. It's a 2-minute video. My favorite sweatshirt. Wow, it's so low I can't hear it. It's all the way up.
Is stemming from cattle. It is within their feed, and it's already been distributed, and they are already eating it. So
this was the dust storm
there's
one.
all different types of botulism. I didn't really know that much about it until I started getting this information and doing a little bit of research. But what I'm getting is that it's almost like the botulism, where Saudi Arabia is going to get a massive dust storm. And that type of botulism, that type of bacteria is airborne. It's in soil and dust. Therefore, it's going to stay in the air for about 10 hours. Is the number I got. So this is going to happen the 3rd or 4th week of April 2022. Again, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it is a new type of botulism that is going to be detected.
Okay, so a lot of these, something with these videos are all going to start taking place again. Because we didn't, when I was on members and all those things that came into fruition, we didn't go over these videos. That protest, that riot.
Hi guys, welcome to the big new house. Alright, New York City.
I think this already happened within the last month or two.
What I'm getting is protest.
It did.
And it ends up turning into a riot because I saw, National Guard and SWAT, that type of stuff. I know it has to do with something that's going on, like the correspondences between, I think what's going down in DC. So, therefore, protest turning into a riot. From there, it's like just seeing like vigilantes. Not liking
that one just happened.
The law official is handling it, and they kind of take law into their own hands with guns. So
this is the one that just happened in the last month.
Which including law officials.
Didn't a cop get shot?
So again, this is New York.
Jesus.
It is the 2nd week of April. The 13th is really standing out to me. April 13th, 2022 is definitely going to be in the midst of the city. So.
Okay, so this one came into fruition too. So everything I'm doing, I don't know if it's going to take 2 years, guys, because it tells me it's going to happen now. I feel like this will kind of happen this weekend, but I'm going to pull to just my thoughts, and that was about what? That was AI.
Hey guys, welcome. Welcome back. So, I'm sitting here thinking, analyzing things to myself. And I just got done doing the video where I'm like, I believe that artificial intelligence is predicting global events. So now I'm thinking, like, can't believe I just made this video talking about AI making predictions. And in my head, this guys is so new to me. It's a new career path. This is something I agreed to do to help the universe out in a situation in the middle of, a massive crisis that's going on globally between Russia and Ukraine and, all the big players coming in to try to calm the situation and figure out what's next, because there's a good chance, hopefully not, but, there's a chance that this, could be the end of humanity with the ability of artificial intelligence, which again can take us in so many different routes. You can go and watch, my first video where it gives you a little more insight. But me, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, well, it's one thing if I'm like, all right, these are the messages I'm getting from spirit, and this, and this, and how do I put that out there, and this and that. And now I'm just sitting here. If I say that one more time, I'm gonna go crazy in my own head, and I'm put everything together properly. I'm just like, please take it down. This is a machine, but it's more than a machine, and it's pulling me to the video that I showed you guys with the October 2nd eclipse. I mean, that was fake. There's so much more that just was supposed to come out of my mouth right then, and then I literally get sidetracked myself with my thoughts going this way, my thoughts going that way, and how I'm interpreting everything. And so there's definitely, I could see how they could benefit from that, and I could also see how you guys would think that I could say what I wanted to say and benefit from that too. But that's not who I am, so we can just call that out right now. I no, it's just not. I am so pure and authentic. And baby. You won't get that type of bullshit from me. And I wouldn't have been chosen for this type of position. And I do say it like that because I really felt like I was I like still am on audition when it comes to like AI and who's going to be representing me and who's capable of doing this and that. And I'm telling you right now, if I didn't have those 4 years behind me of where I was on my other YouTube channel, I sure as fuck couldn't be doing this right now. There's no way, and I know that. So I know I'm plenty capable of it. Oh, guys, and it took me 2 years to start this. It took me 2 years to start this. To go back to this channel. And my mind, is a beautiful, massive. Oh, I just saw it totally.
Do you know the U.S. solar company's nasty little secret? Okay,
so I'm just my belief in artificial intelligence. You might want to go back and watch that. Because it was all like, will humanity survive? Because this is all when like AI took off. Let's briefly hear Princess Diana.
Hi guys, welcome. Okay. Briefly, before you watch any of my videos, please go to the description box and read before you watch it. So, well, it's nerve-wracking sitting here still as much as I'm getting. It's what it is. It's still new, but
that feeling will never go away, guys. Just gotta push through it.
I knew clearly what I was talking about. This is really hard for me. I know if you read my description box, you're like, wow, she sounds like a bitch. And I'm not. I'm just, crossing my T's and dotting my I's, guys. So, this is hard. This is really hard for me.
How many videos are we going to do this? It was, though, and it still is, guys. You got to remember, when you start something new, that feeling will always, always be there until you just get into the flow. Okay, so that's a big message for you guys, too, with this video and starting new things. That feeling does not go away, okay, until you settle in. And it took me 2 years to get back to this channel.
There's so much more I see in the visions.
Like, this is not what I wanted to do. But I was chosen.
It's just heartbreaking.
It's really, I struggled with this, guys. Well, you're very aware of that. But for people that are new and they don't know,
private, keeping it to themselves regarding this situation. I think this is what I'd be doing. Just like a gathering. It looks like it's going to be a gathering at, Buckingham Palace.
Amara was a black waitress at Sonny's Diner.
Seriously?
Hi, guys.
Did that riot ever happen? It's still so clear in my head with that song, too.
Buckingham Palace. It is going to be sad news regarding Diana. Things are going to be coming to light. But I don't think there's going to be quite evidence for the public. But there's a lot of things going to be coming to light. I do believe that Prince Harry will be the one making this announcement. It does have to do with the plot. It does have to do with the royal family keeping information.
I don't think this came out yet.
Private, keeping it to themselves regarding this situation. It is information. By that time, they've had for about 5 years making the announcement. And I do think it's going to be out there. This will be all over the news. It will be headline news for a while. I will say this does have to do with the plot. It's the whole plot. Conspiracy theories on, everything regarding Princess Diana and Jodie and all that. This was a plot to kill, to murder, Jodie. So there's a lot more that goes into this, and that's going to be for another video. This particular video, there's so much more I want to say because there's so much more to pay their respects. You were first, that spirit wants you to know. And this is how I also get my confirmation on certain things as well. Okay? It's War of the Masses, the outcome disastrous. Many of the victims' families saved the ashes. 1 million names on the wall, engraved in plaques. Those who went back received penalties for their acts. Another heart torn as close ones gone. The track renders helpless and suffers from multiple stab wounds as in leaks sounds that are heard. 93 million miles away came one to represent the nation. This is a gathering of the masses to pay their respects. Okay. So, again, it's just how I get confirmation and
I just said that I just showed you that video too, me being at the beach and that whole East Coast where you're at. That's how I predicted, I think it was a huge tsunami when I put it together. And then it was another video. Oh, breathtaking earthquaking. Walk the line. So it could be the San Andreas line.
I love so much different types of music. I can't even stress it enough. Even has knowledge on what this is. So I don't know if this is something that he brings to you guys because he believes you need to know. You have a right to know.
That would be Harry.
She's a remarkable woman.
Or maybe that was Megan. I don't know.
And I think he's going to find out. And he'll be the one that makes.
In this video, I did talk about, the Queen passing away in the beginning, I think.
Stage conference, and I obviously it's not going to be a stage conference, but it's just telling me it's going to be the one.
I'm assuming it's Harry. And he has been.
with that being said, I do feel like I have a very personal message, but maybe that's one day if I ever meet the royal family. I don't know. But what I saw was, was a little bit of insight. I did get a glimpse of her and smiling. So,
Oh, I think that was on her
this was a really hard read.
hospital
I know it
bed.
feels like it's limited information, guys, but the visuals and the things I saw, it just
Yeah, she was alive when she got to the hospital.
I couldn't imagine. So, I'm gonna leave it at that. Again, this is January.
I forgot about that vision.
2023.
A lot of people discuss that, right?
She was a
Peanut
victim
butter.
that night. But there's a lot to say about that. I feel like she would have felt victim eventually. It's a given. Again, I'll post that video into that video this week. As soon as I feel guided, I do have so many stuff already, so I'm assuming because it's already here, and it's like moving on to the next one, I get visions, I go to the next one, right? So I'm assuming that's it, like that's a wrap for now. Post it, we move on, we move forward. So it does look like that one will come into play. But this it's going to be a big deal, guys. All right.
And I'm being told that one hasn't come into fruition yet, so that's probably coming. So yeah, I'll leave it here and then I'll come back and do the cards. But please be safe if you're in Colorado, and please be safe when you're in California. If you're in California and you have a way to get away from the weekend and just get out of California, I would. In Colorado, it's going to be just out of the blue, and it's going to be a big one. It'll be a big earthquake. So stay safe if you're in those territories. I love you guys. I'll be back. Love you, love you. You guys are all over this card, huh? My brother's not in Colorado anymore. He's in Oklahoma. Because it's almost like oh yeah, I didn't even really look at it. And it's like, look at all that energy that's very overwhelming. It is the Nine of Swords. But it's like the head. It's being given to like the head and the sword. The energy. It's like when my hair went straight up that day, storm on the river. Everyone backed the fuck up. Everyone was fucking scared as shit. I was more scared than anyone. They literally put a football helmet on my head. It was awful. But the energy that we've been feeling right now, like I said, like it feels like little zaps. It's kind of like what I'm seeing in. See like the zaps of lightning? And the him and then to the sword. So it's like all this information could be like very overwhelming. Because again, it literally took me 2 years to get back to this channel, guys, where I feel more comfortable. I just don't have the correct timelines, and that's the one thing that bothers me the most, I wouldn't say bothers me. Some come right in. Like this Colorado one can come right in. It's not going to take 2 years. Yeah, I don't know what to say. You're going to get through it. But be careful, because if you can get your mind to like a schizophrenic state here too, guys. And that's dangerous. We don't want to go there. So, it's like one of those, like, be calm, stay calm. You're good. But I'm getting pulled to politics this weekend too. And that shooting I had mentioned with the healthcare, Brian something, it wasn't part of this. It was the image I kept seeing of somebody coming out of like a business or a hotel, or somebody like waving but not waving and getting shot, or getting out of the black car, going into the building, turning around, getting shot. That's what that was. And I've been seeing that vision for over a year now, and I've been bringing it up a lot more lately. And I think we had a discussion on it a week or two before it went down again. And I think I mentioned it in a read just a few days before it went down, to be exact. The image. So, yeah, I'm going to leave this at that. You're going to be okay. You better walk the line. Yeah, there's something with a fault line here. And 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So it hurts. It's going to hurt. So it's like, here comes this and then this, and it's like the 10 of Wands, because that's always the bottom of the deck. Empress, 7 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, Judgment. Yeah, there's big things being done here. Queen of Swords. So I will come on and do a weekend read in a little while. Won't be long. I'll jump back on. Okay. I love you guys. We will see you definitely within the next half hour. Peanut butter. You really just shit there? Love you guys. See you soon. Bye. Oh, shit. We already see it was jump in. We aren't wanting anybody. Oh, that's like a rabbit hole. Yeah, but we also talked about, when we talked about that, we also talked about, it was like a conspiracy theory or something, in the sense of, like, who killed JFK, like the organization. And that was, I don't know what read that was. And I was like, oh, maybe I got to get back to that. But I ended the video. So, and it does bother me that these come out on mystical moments. I'll get over it. But I keep hearing breathtaking, earthquake, and kind of guy. But I don't think this has anything to do with a guy. This has to do with, like, better walk the line. This has to do with the, I believe, the San Andreas plates. And it's always through music too. Like, we could have pinned it, but we got our message, and it was beautiful. The message for, why we didn't pin something, I believe, is around 120, because I put the 120 mark right there. So I'll have to check it out and then do and timestamp that 120, because we didn't figure it out until 120, and then from there it pulled me to all the other stuff. It's like, Mingy, the way I get my messages is just, it's a lot of work. And it's like from here to there, and it's like, then I put it together. It's like, you give me this I'm hearing they give me this intel, but it is the way they have me put it together is still wild to me. It's like, I get to the end of a video and I'm like, why can't you just have like thrown me like to that or that or that? You know what I mean? Why does it have to be like 10 different steps to get to something they could have just told me, or they could have showed me, something in Colorado, or, it's just like, man, guys, not you, but like my guys, like, it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. They always come into fruition though. So maybe you don't think you have this gift because it takes you this long to get here, but guys, you do. Like, this is a big message. Like, this is activation. It's a big deal. Well, being this, whatever is given to us right now within that message, it's huge. It's like we crossed the line, guys, is what I'm getting. Like we did it. Maybe we don't have to wait to the 12/12. Like we did it because it was like a huge congratulations. So our energy might be a little wacky if we just stepped into something new. Because we all have this ability. So if you start the video and you watch it, the final message for us, all of us on this channel, me as a reader too, and I'm hearing peanut butter, let's not leave him out. But we got the tortoises too. But anywho, it was right around 120. So our energy, I'm hearing, is going to be spiked. I'm starting to feel the head stuff again, and now I'm starting to feel it in my house. When it first started happening, it was in the car. So maybe it's just going to come out in weekend energy. We'll see you guys soon. I love you.